Okay, so today's message, I want to pull a dragon oracle to see who I am talking to. Who is this message going to resonate with the most? What type of energy does this person or people have? Thor's red, black, and gold dragon protects you in times of change. A time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. So this is speaking to someone who's going through a lot of changes, or is kind of the overseer for others. If you notice, people come to you, turn to you for help in periods of intense change in their life. You might just naturally be attracting people going through a lot of changes yourself, because here you're a protector. But there is some questions of, are you safe in these changes? Blue dragon from the Pleiades prepares you to accept source healing, accept a heart activation, give and receive heart healing. Okay. This feels like someone really wanting to just yell and scream. I'm feeling a lot of like pent up anger here in the card, and like this dragon is just finally letting it loose. They can't take it anymore. I'm also seeing the underside of this dragon, this belly, is like a person. It almost looks like a weird kind of like warrior cartoon figure. There's like a warrior energy protecting the underbelly of your dragon, of you, or maybe the people around you. Maybe you're that person. Okay, what is this message about? What do we need to know here? What will the message for this collective deal with? What are we looking at? Page of Pentacles in reverse. This feels like having a plan, but then it just didn't work out. Or maybe the energy around you, it's been like start, stop, start, stop. You get 2 steps ahead and then 3 steps back. Things aren't happening in like a fluid unfolding. This could be something to do with finances. If you're experiencing a lot of changes in your finances. Or protecting someone experiencing changes in finances. I'm feeling like you're protecting someone who's just not good with their finances. Like you're a rescuer for them. This doesn't mean the 5 of Swords in reverse. So this isn't about like an inner conflict or some kind of mental battle that you're experiencing. This does mean the Page of Swords in reverse. Hesitating to speak the truth. Okay. You are likely someone who is protecting others from a truth that you don't want to have to deal with, like the downfall or the conflict from. You don't want to deal with the repercussions of other people knowing your truth. Six of Cups in the reverse is your advice. There is this savior archetype energy that's coming through here in the detriment and the shadow attributes. It feels like you emotionally connect with people and then feel like you just have to go around and save them all. And then all of your cards are reversed. Just to show you, not all of the cards in here are reversed. They're upright and reversed. So it's interesting that your entire pile, your entire spread has come through in reverse, including the bottom card. Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is someone who's needing to detach from a codependent relationship, or dynamic and energy around you that you use in the name of love. Like you honestly want to help people, but you do it to the point where you just dissolve yourself. In your effort to protect others, you lose yourself, you harm yourself. And I think it's going to take some kind of a heart activation moment, an awakening of some sort, to really kind of wake up from the fog, the disappointment, the apathy. I feel like she's just been like almost captured in like a spell here. She's just like, I'm getting the scene of the Wizard of Oz when they're in the poppy field. And there will be something to happen in the near future. I'm going to get a timing card for this. But let's do clarifications first. There's something that will be happening in the near future to give you this wake-up call, to show you where this is a dead end in whatever kind of behavior or energy you've been existing in. It's time to level up. I feel like your frequency recently has shifted. Being that these are all in reverse, I don't feel like this is your frequency anymore, but yet the energy is still present here because you haven't fully disconnected. I don't even want to say emotionally. It almost feels like mentally. You haven't fully disconnected mentally to move on emotionally. It's like your mind is a little bit behind, even though your heart already knows what's up. And because your mind and your heart aren't in agreement right now, you're still present in this past energy. Okay, so we have Eight of Pentacles, the Sun, and then the Two of Wands. It's something that you've worked really hard for yourself, and you've really dedicated days and hours. It might be the reason why your days are blending together. It's illuminating for you that you have more of a choice than I think you realized. You have more of a decision to move beyond your immediate environment. It almost gives me like small town girl vibes. Like you think you're supposed to just grow up in this tiny little town and, flip burgers for the rest of your life or whatever. And then you realize like you actually have talents and skills and a natural energy about you that could serve you really well if you moved to a bigger environment or just a different environment than the one you're in. This deals with working hard to see that you also possibly have shifted the vibration. You're so busy working, I don't think the illumination is fully settled in. And once it does, then you look at this little world here in front of you and you're like, well, what is this? I have this huge possibility, potential around me. And whatever we have going on here, this idea, this thing that you're working on, this doesn't mean that there should be any inner conflict about whether it's for you and it's what you want to do. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles here, there's Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords reverse, and Seven of Cups reverse. The Queen of Pentacles here feels to me like she is in her element of abundance and just like attracting security and wealth and stamina and health and prosperity to her. But there's this conflict within, possibly trying to stem up here. This naysayer voice telling you, this is a waste of time. Stick with the small world. You don't need to choose beyond the small world here. You're good with where you're at. And that conflict, it really shouldn't be there. It's like a strong message for you to pay it no attention when it comes up, because it's not meant for you. All right, we have the Tower in reverse, the Five of Wands in reverse, and then the Death card, clarifying this Page of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you are definitely resisting like blowing shit up. And I think it's because you're trying to avoid conflict or competition in some way. And that needs to come to an end. Give me more on this Tower. King of Pentacles. This is your self-worth, I feel like. Seeing that this is actually worth investing in. But being resistant to share that truth with others because you're afraid of what happens when the Tower falls. Six of Cups in reverse. Let's see. Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, Five of Cups reversed. I think the heart has been speaking to you already. This heart activation, I feel like, has already happened. And it's up to you to really pay attention to it, to draw it in here. You already know there's something new coming emotionally for you. There's newness on the horizon. You have a new opportunity, a fresh start in something. But be careful that your compassion isn't taken advantage of and you get stuck in this kind of Five of Cups, regrets and disappointments energy. It's like waiting for someone to change, but they're not going to change. Or they haven't. There's like no indications that they will, other than pretty words. What is the outcome? What is this good for? Five Cups in reverse. Page of Wands reversed. Okay. Six of Cups. Okay, I guess there's more. Four of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, this is good for coming out of that fog. Really taking a look at your emotional connections here from the past, the relationships that you hold on to, or the energies that you're holding on to, the things that you are claiming, I think, make you happy, but do they really? Do they really make you happy? There's this self-questioning, self-reflection here, because this inability to really look closely at this Six of Cups, at this nostalgia, at this memory, at this love relationship you have with something from the past. This inability to look at that closely has left you in this shady kind of area. Again, I'm seeing like just being surrounded by fog. And this is really teaching you a soul lesson in how to shift with the tide changes, is what I heard. Tide changes, huh? And how to get back into the flow of like divine timing here. I feel like this page is learning what this Wheel of Fortune energy is really about. We only, maybe we don't only, but a lot of times we hear, it's, you gotta go with divine timing and go with the flow of the universe. But like, what does that really mean? What does that really mean for you? Give me more on this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Two of Cups in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. And then the Page of Cups. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This feels to me like the universe just flat out tells you no on some form of a relationship. Maybe not romance, but something that's been really burdening you, weighing you down. I hear it's been blocking your creative flow. If you were like a creative person before and then suddenly you're in a relationship where you just can't seem to get that muse to come through, that passion, that direction, that like hand of the universe guiding you in whatever you create, it's time to restore that after this soul lesson of how you have kind of just been, I guess, drugged in a way, drugged by poppy fields, and not seeing how your tendency to save people has actually trapped you in a dynamic, some type of a love relationship without being able to walk away firmly. And it might seem silly, but for some reason, your creativity, your passion, that thing that lost its spark in this relationship, the universe feels like you need to end that, or is, I guess, forcing its hand to make you end this because it needs you in that creative spark. It needs that energy from you. You have a purpose here in that creativity. And I guess it doesn't have to be like a relationship with a person either. This could be like a love for drugs. If you're an addict, if you're struggling with alcoholism or drug addiction, this could kind of be coming into play as well. But I think for a lot of you, this will be mostly a romantic relationship, if I'm just being honest with what I'm seeing here. Clarify this Two of Cups in reverse on the bottom of the deck, what we don't see. Knight of Pentacles, Temperance in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, there's that lost passion. Interesting. King of Wands, Seven of Swords reversed, Knight of Cups, Three of Cups. Huh. Man, what a specific storyline. So I am getting the same, essentially the same messages here. What you don't see is like you think you're working towards something where you can just take this action and jump forward on it, and you've been working really hard, but you can't seem to quite get into that flow of the muse. And it's because the alchemy is off in this relationship, this Two of Cups, be it a person, drugs, avoidance, binging on YouTube videos, there's many different types of addictions. And here's you and your creative vision. But you've not really been tuning into what the muse has to say. You haven't been able to. And this is coming out. You can't avoid this anymore. The King of Wands cannot avoid his heart calling. And in this is supposed to be a reunion for you. Once you kind of let go of this, Ten of Pentacles right now feels super heavy. It feels boring. It feels stuck. And I feel like you're just going around loops and loops in this energy with this Two of Cups relationship. There's a reunion to be had with your own Knight of Cups, your own muse. The universe, the divine, is tired of you avoiding it. And staying in situations or energy in these relationships that are detrimental to your divine flow. You're in a major position or period of transition to come here. I still need a timing card, actually. Before we get Hekate's advice as the guardian of thresholds, changes, destruction. Spirit, give me a timing card. When are we likely to see this energy? When are we likely to see the fog clear and this to be set right? course corrected. Divinely course corrected. The Empress. Okay. The Empress is Venus. So I recommend you go to your chart and you pay attention to certain activations to your Venus in your natal chart. That might be the kind of offset for people. I'm not getting like a firm timing with this, although this could be 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 years. But I think a lot of it has to do with you learning this lesson of truly listening to your heart so you can let go of this connection in the Six of Cups. It's about matching the frequency of your mind and your heart together to create alchemy for transformation. I see a bee here as well. This could be around bee time, spring, pollination, spring and summer. I'm also noticing this flower star configuration. It has five points, 5 petals. We're looking at 3 to 5 months. I think for each of you it's going to be different because this is a major and not like a minor arcana card. A lot of times those majors mean the timing will be affected by like bigger things. Like the universe is in the control of the timing here, and it's sometimes like a soul lesson. So maybe it's a lesson that you learn when you embrace your abundance and your confidence and your sensuality. And when you shift focus from smothering others, just nurturing others, taking care of others, but not taking care of yourself, and you truly embody that as a priority in your life, as something important, then this stuff will start just unfolding like dominoes. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's like this shift in your frequency just pinks a little domino and then they all fall afterwards. All right. Hecate, what is the closing message for this video? Desires. Oh, yeah. And destruction. There's that tower energy. This is your Empress on fire. We've got 22. Tokia, bearer of love. So this is the portal. This is how you get there. And this is what results of it. Beautiful. Unfortunately, it comes with a breakup of something or someone that you are incorrectly tied to. It's an unhealthy relationship that needs to be let go of. It could even be a relationship with yourself that's preventing you from really showing up with like this, ooh, yeah, kind of energy. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it here. But this is your awakening into that. I'm going to get the book. The ancients were as likely to petition Hecate for matters of love as any other in her remit. And this is illustrated in the Greek magical papyri. Man, I need to learn how to read apparently. Which is a collection of spells, formulae, hymns, and rituals dating from the 100s BCE to 400s CE. Capable of affecting change and instilling attraction, Hecate can bring to us what we desire. All who are touched by the sparks of desire are pulled along in the flaming train of Tokia. Okay. Fascinating. So something's going to burn before something lights up in flames for you. That's really interesting. Okay, so hang on, let me flush this vision out, and then I will sign off. We will close out there. But the vision I'm seeing right now, we have the tower. It's burning. It's burning from the top down. It looks like lightning hit it. Pretty standard tower card imagery, right? And it's starting to crumble, and everything is lighting up in flames. The tower, all the materials. And in that, instead of like disintegrating and the flames just like dampen out, they're done. This tower crumbles, but the flames remain, and out of it walks this. Fascinating. So not only is this relationship with something or someone dissolving, going to unblock your creativity, this feels like fuel to the fire of connecting with your muse. This feels like what wakes up your relationship with this Empress. Again, it is restored here. That is magical. This is who you were always, the King of Wands. But it's like this is who you became, constantly having to save someone else or to save yourself from a relationship with something that's like very unhealthy. That just doesn't vibrate with you anymore. It doesn't match your frequency. The frequencies are off. And maybe they were lock and key before, but now they're just irritating. It's causing friction. And the universe recognizes it. You probably feel it, but you just haven't been able to do something about it. And this is going to really help you with that. Well, that's where I'm going to leave it. I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching. And if this resonates with you, please give my video a like. Subscribe to see more videos every Thursday and Sunday. I hope to see you again, and I appreciate you.